Burke is ready. He's joining us next from Steeltown.
How about that?
Sidney Crosby's trade availability. Is there any chance that Sidney doesn't finish his career in Pittsburgh?
Not a chance. Not unless he doesn't want to. Not a chance. Like, I haven't talked to Hexie about it because we would never talk about that. I haven't even said to Hexie, should we talk about moving Sid? It would be unthinkable. So no, unless that would only change if the player changed his mind. But no.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is, and happy Friday, everybody. Happy Flame Tech Football Friday. Hope you all are awake today. Good afternoon to the East Coasters. Good morning to the West Coasters. Thanks for getting up with us and making us part of your day. It's a little thing called the RPShow, Canada's daytime sports talk show, episode number 441, emanating from the bunker out here in Western Canada. Moose DuPont's with me, and I'm Rod. And I'm your host. Hi. You ready to talk some ball?
Of course.
Sure enjoyed the chat with Berkey yesterday.
It was great.
Yes, it was.
Really good.
And we just switched gears on a dime over to pro football today. And that's what, it's weird here with the digital shows and all the guys and gals that are getting into what we do digitally. Of course, we're on Game Plus TV. But you can kind of see who's watching the most and what people want, right? And for the longest time when we were doing mostly football shows, the hockey shows had the most viewers. And now the Football Friday has the most viewers after hockey shows. I haven't quite figured that out yet.
There's value in what's rare, right?
Right.
There's some value.
Scarcity.
Scarcity. Perceived scarcity, right? We'll talk football every day, but we're going to do it dedicated once a week so that you have that perceived scarcity. You better tune in.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
And I'm just sharing on YouTube and Facebook and all the rest. So here we go. So coming up on the program today, John Frenzy. Let's be honest. I told him on the ride up here, because I pick him up every Friday and drive him here. We've all just been waiting, Lynch, for 2 days to get your opinion on the CFL-XFL merger. Who cares what we think?
Yeah.
We want to hear what the Godfather's got to say. And he's got some scoops, by the way. More scoops than Baskin-Robbins. Coming up from... Almost said it with a straight face, but couldn't.
He's got 32 flavors.
And then a longtime friend of mine, Ian Furness from Sports Radio 910 KJR Seattle. He'll be joining us in our second segment here to talk some NFL, some Seattle Kraken, some Western Hockey League. He was the voice of the Thunderbirds back in the day. That's where we met. And I told that story yesterday. I like Ian. He's a good dude. And the head coach of the Toronto Argonauts, Ryan Dinwiddie's going to be with us in hour 2. So it's a big Flame Tech Football Friday. Let's go to the Quick Six show topics, please, Director Jordan. Well, number one, CFL, XFL. Nothing really is new from 24 hours ago other than, and you're going to hear Lynch's scoops on that, CFL's adamant. We're not giving away anything with the CFL. We're not merging. It's going to stay a 9-team Canadian league, maybe 10. The rules aren't changing. We're just going to use the rock. And I think they actually will be able to pull that off. Just use the rock and not give him anything back. I don't believe that's going to happen, right? But Lynch is going to reaffirm what he's heard, Darren.
That's insane. Like,
right.
It's such an abusive relationship mentality to come in and, like, Rod, I'll take you back. You can come, but no video games. Your boys, no hanging out with your friends on the weekend. You're going to do it all on my terms. That relationships never work like that. Ever.
Well, they should. It's
ever.
Is this a collaboration? Is it a partnership, or are you picking the Rock's brand contacts? We covered all this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my thing with all the people that are going just bonkers over losing the 3-down Canadian brand of football. I'm not just talking about the CFL, but Canadian football with the way we played up here in junior and university and high school. If you love the CFL that much and you're so welded to it, how many of you bought spots on the Grey Cup fan base? Just tell me, please. I tweeted that 90 minutes ago, and people are just going mental about it. And they're like, I've got season tickets. I've got this. I couldn't afford it. We're in a pandemic. I'm like, I'll put you all down as no. Because when the chips are down and the CFL needed you, you weren't there. So don't talk to me about how much you love the fabric of Canada. The CFL is so great. Did you put your money where your mouth is? Tell me, please. Well, I was on CERB. I have this. I do. It's a no. So you don't love it as much as you say that you do. And, of course, people are writing me going, oh, you just care about your own brand. You just care about your own show. Yep. You finally got it. So if this is the CFL's way of maintaining its sustainability and growing, I'm all for it. But if you love the CFL that much and don't want to merge with another league, where were you when you had the chance to step up and save it? You weren't there. So the CFL has to do what's best for it, not what you people want. Thank you. Anything else on that?
No.
I see it's coming up. People can't wait. And I know it's opening night in the Western Hockey League's Eastern Division here in the Hub, right here in the Sweatpants capital. Obviously, I'm wearing my jersey, my pullover for God's team, the Regina Pats. I'll be calling the game tonight with him. Connor Bedard's debut. I'll be at the microphone for it in Major Junior Hockey. I cannot believe how fortunate and grateful I am, and I know you feel the same way. I wish you had worn, you see what he's wearing, the Saskatoon Blades. They play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Against the Swift Current Broncos. And that reminds me, I ran into a scout for the Broncos this morning, Dennis Ulmer. He was having a tough time. His brother Dale, 1 year younger, passed away last night. Whew. So I ran into a hockey scout this morning, and he asked if I would mention his brother, and I did. I'm glad I actually thought about that in the Broncos. So condolences to the Ulmer family, and as he said, he goes, I think about you, your brothers, your mom and dad. You guys are great people. Same as the Ulmers. They're a hockey family.
Yeah.
And where's your jacket?
I know. I took it. It's so hot. It's actually not quite as bad today. I'll put it on for the overtime.
I got to say, Ray in the 6, a package came to the bunker here yesterday. I opened it up, and it was gear from the Kitchener Rangers. And I already got my bunny hug at home. I don't have it here anymore. I was going to wear it today for one segment, because if I'd worn it under these lights, I would have died of heat exhaustion. It's hockey gear.
Yeah.
Right? And it's 800 million degrees in here.
I called it morning skate gear.
That's right. For minus 40.
Yeah, for being out in the morning skate.
So he's got his jacket here, but it's from the Kitchener Rangers. It's hot, hot, hot. And we'll wear it on the show here for a segment. But I just want to say thanks to Ray in the 6 and the Kitchener Rangers. They are now our official OHL team. So I'm getting out of order on my things here. Thursday NHL leftovers, what was meant to be my second point here in the Quick Six show topics. And incidentally, the warm-up is brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace, your home for the NHL, UFC, and Regina Pats hockey. Guaranteed to me by the owner, the Greek Freak, that they will have the game on the video wall as the featured game tonight, Regina Pats Prince Albert Raiders. If Access is not your cable carrier and you want to watch the game, go on down to the Four Seasons and watch it tonight. There will be players' families there. I guarantee it, because I talked to them. And also because they can't get into the ring. And also Famoso downtown, the pizzeria that I used to own.
Yep.
They'll have it too. You're welcome. So my NHL, here's one for you goalies in the NHL that haven't figured it out yet. William Nylander is always going to go to the backhand. Always. It might help if you know that. You may still not be able to stop it, though. He beat Mike Smith from 30 feet out with a backhand a couple of weeks ago, or 10 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying, Willie Nylander will always go to the backhand when given the chance. Back checking is a problem in Winnipeg. I tweeted that and didn't get any blowback from Winnipeg, so either they agree with me or they hate me. There was no reaction to that.
I know.
But the overtime goal last night, I'm like, is this slow-mo? I don't care if you guys were caught at the end of a line change. You shouldn't have been out there then. It looked like a wreck game.
I know.
And it wasn't just me then.
No, it wasn't. It was a slow play. I mean, that's what the good players do. They can really slow the game down, but still, there was no back check there. They had exhausted everything in the offensive zone, and they're like, then
get off the ice.
Yeah.
Ryan McCarthy's watching in Albany, New York. He says, more scoops than Raisin Bran. And Good Friday from upstate New York. I can't explain our appeal to the American viewing audience.
Yeah.
But I like it. Josh Anderson, complete player. Yeah, he served as a punching bag for Luch last night in the Montreal-Calgary game, but at least he was there. He made it a fight. This guy can score and fight. I love guys like that. They still matter, apparently.
Yeah.
Calgary Flames look like they finally cared. And they won 2-1 over Montreal. And I just wanted to point out Barry Trotz, 1,700 games in the NHL, former captain of God's team, the Regina Pats. Those are my NHL leftovers. We're into the Brier. What? We're into the Brier Championship round. And we'll be talking about that later. I got the draw in front of me. Gunlison versus Epping. That's Manitoba, Ontario. Cooey versus Botcher. All Alberta matchup there.
Oh, yeah.
Howard versus Dunstone. Gushu versus Jacobs. These are the heavy hitters.
Now we're into the nitty-gritty.
Ding, 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 ding.
Let's go.
LFG. WHL East opening night. I mentioned that. 0.5 NFL notes. It's our poll question today. Man, things move fast in football. This was my poll question from an hour ago, and it was, will Deshaun Watson play for the Houston Texans this season for Capital Automall Universal Collision Center? 62 votes. 80. I just put it at 87% runaway say no, he won't. What are they saying on Facebook?
71% say no. Runaway.
John Frenzy's got thoughts on that. This isn't the first of its kind, right? This sort of stalemate. But I kind of have a feeling this is going to roll into camp. I mean, the Texans have literally said there's something wrong with that organization.
Yeah, at its core. At its core, there's something wrong with the organization.
Like I say, every team, every family has their issues and problems. They do. But when you can see them from another country away, those are really big problems the Houston Texans have. And the GM, or the coach, Culling, said on a podcast, the only quarterback they have under contract is Deshaun Watson right now. Mm-hmm. Like, they cannot get rid of him. And then the other note, of course, is Cam Newton has signed a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots. Clearly, the market is not strong for quarterbacks, is all I can say about that.
Yes. There's not a lot of options available, and that's tough, right? You got to take care of yourself, and you know what? Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson, I know Don said that he's going to be a Texan in 21. He might be. Doesn't mean he's going to play any games. Because if he says he's not playing, trust me, he's got enough money in his bank account where he can say, I'm not playing for a year. And so it becomes who has the power or who has bigger stones, right? It becomes a game of chicken between the Texans and Deshaun Watson.
It is a Flame Tech Football Friday, and Clark has informed me the Saskatchewan Roughriders have officially re-signed kicker Brett Lowther. So that's tremendous news. Lynch is applauding over there. My sixth point, and then we've got a bonus breaking news today. I almost forgot our top five, bottom five in the National Hockey League every week. We usually do it Thursdays. Didn't get to it Thursday. Here we are on a Flame Tech Football Friday. Are you ready for my top five?
Yeah.
Number 1, Tampa Bay. Number 2, Carolina. Number 3, Vegas Golden Knights. Number 4, New York Islanders. And number 5, the Florida Panthers. Your almighty Leafs have slid right out of the top 5.
How dare you?
Any argument on that?
No. But, we're starting to see. We thought the Toronto-Edmonton, series was going to show you the cream of the crop in the North. Mm-hmm. The Toronto-Winnipeg is starting to do that a little bit more.
Right.
It's fun to watch, but not top 5 right now.
Bottom 5 in the National Hockey League. Apologies if it's hurting any of your feelings, because it's your team. The worst team in the NHL is Buffalo. The second worst is Detroit. The third worst is Ottawa. The fourth worst is the New Jersey Devils. And I forgot to write the fifth worst.
New Jersey.
But it wouldn't take a lot to figure that out.
No. There's a few candidates.
I was dangling around the Vancouver Canucks. Clark just said the Anaheim Ducks, and let's put it in there. There you go. Your bottom 5, Buffalo, Detroit, Ottawa, New Jersey, and Anaheim. So there's your top 5, bottom 5 of the National Hockey League. I can't believe how much ground we're covering here today.
Oh, tons.
And breaking news from the Canadian Premier League, Canada's premier pro soccer league. This is a news release from the CPL. They're pleased to announce they have awarded the exclusive rights to a CPL expansion club to Living Sky Sports and Entertainment, a Saskatchewan-based company. The launch of an expansion club is contingent upon LSSE delivering a soccer-specific stadium to league standards, and to that end, the ownership group has identified Prairie Land Park in Saskatoon as a preferred site for a stadium. That's the good news. That's the breaking news. Soccer fans and sports fans in this province are popping champagne corks today. Believe me, they are. Not anywhere in that news release did I see the global story that was sent to me that Prairie Land Park has officially announced the end of thoroughbred racing forever.
Ooh.
At Prairie Land Park. That came out today, too.
Yeah.
That's in the fine print at the bottom of the news release. So my good friend Dave Paulson, the voice of Prairie Land horse racing, out of a job. All these people out of a job. They're not racing horses this summer. They didn't race horses last summer. And I want to know what COVID has against the horse racing industry.
That's so disappointing. It's such a great time to go to Prairie Land and go watch the horse racing on a Friday, Saturday night in the summer. Love doing that. And it is usually packed. So that part is really, really, really disappointing. But now you've got stands and stuff already built. You just get rid of the horse racing oval, and you got a soccer pitch.
It'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy to put a very nice pro soccer stadium right in there. But it comes with the death of thoroughbred racing at Prairie Land Park, which has been a tradition for decades.
Too bad.
And one comment before we roll from Wayne Grollo in Victoria. Happy birthday, Wayne, by the way. He says, congrats, Brett Lowther. It's a crime that he's not playing in the National Football League, but we're happy that you've re-signed with Saskatchewan. The NFL's not going anywhere. Brett Lowther will be fine, and he'll be there before his career's over. We're going to Seattle next, and we're bringing in Hall of Fame Rough Riders broadcaster John Frenzy as well. This has been the warm-up. You're watching the RP Show, everybody, across the Game Plus TV network in all 10 provinces and 31 states, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.